on EA Sports. And today's clash of conferences is just moments away. It's the Vikings and the Broncos coming up next.
And the mile-high air in full effect as that's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. So here are the Broncos now for their opening drive. They'll be led out by the man who proclaims to be from a whole pack of Badgers. Came into the league back in 2012, Russell Wilson. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the... to the 32. A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. Now they run from the gun with Gordon. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, and now they go from 2nd and 2 to a tough 3rd and 4. From the gun on 3rd down, Wilson. He's got his 6'5" receiver. That's Tim Patrick. So opening drive, 3rd down. They go with a slant. It works.
And I'm wondering when the league's going to figure it out because everyone throws it on 3rd down. You expect pressure, so you want the ball in the hands of the quarterback quickly. It's a 3-step route ordinarily, and you're throwing it where you see the receiver breaking towards you. So it's an inside route. Everyone likes it, and it's executed very well. An early message that this secondary is going to be tested because even though it fell incomplete, it almost felt like a warning shot to get things going.
Officially nothing on that one, no gain, so they're left with still 10 to go on 3rd down. From the shotgun, Wilson. This pass caught by Hamler. And he is down deep into Minnesota territory. A huge play there for Denver.
Well, things are looking pretty darn good on this first drive, aren't they? Came right out, set the tone, this time with a big pass play.
And if the peek behind the curtain that they gave us or their game plan today, I don't think that's going to be the last one we see.
I think you're exactly right about that.
But now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Back to the ground now with Gordon. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or 2 because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
And that's checked down to Gordon. And he is going to be stopped at the 12, short of the 1st down. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now 4th down. And McManus able to put it through. And the Broncos, the first to grace the scoreboard. It's 3-zip. In the end, the opening drive, Charles, does yield points. Maybe not the touchdown that they wanted, though.
Yeah, but bottom line, they wanted to get something out of that drive, and they did that. 3 points, they won't turn that down at all.
Carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. So here's the Viking offense making their way out. Leading them out, their quarterback from the University of Nevada, it's Colin Kaepernick. A first carry now for Dalvin Cook. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. On second down, it's Cook again. They'll only get a couple up to about the 30.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Working from the gun, it's Kaepernick. Steps away to his left. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds.
That's something you have to be aware of as a defense and have to find a way to account for him. And if you're not going to use a spy, you're telling your guys to keep your eyes on him, because when he breaks out and makes plays like that, all he does is hurt you.
Have to at least be able to contain him somewhat. There they could not.
As far as tight ends go, this guy's not a speed burner. He's much more of an inline blocking type of a tight end. But how about this last play? Made a nice catch and picked up a first down.
That's what impresses me about him. When he's called upon, usually gets it done. Now a good job shifting right, finding his target. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
And this one almost intercepted. Not a good throw there. Nearly an opening drive INT. Here's Kaepernick. Buying time to his left. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Osborne. Touchdown, Vikings. K.J. Osborne, 29 yards. And the Vikings have taken the lead. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. The Vikings with the football here to begin the second quarter. After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. And Spencer will elect to not bring it out here. It's a touchback. So now the second drive offensively coming up for the Denver Broncos. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it. Forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. They'll run with a backup. This is Williams. And not much. Maybe a yard up to the 29. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground. Honed.
Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. And now that brings up 4th down there. A loss of 6 yards on the sack. On 4th down, Sam Martin is on to punt for the Broncos. He'll send this one into the mile-high air, and it's a good one. And this will get inside the 20 and be touchdown just outside of the 15-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that. Forced out to his left. Throw caught there by Osborne. And he's got this almost to the 40 before going out.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a first down.
Being chased out left. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Simmons. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line. After the interception, here's Wilson. He completes this to Sutton. And he's got this down to the 35.
Of course, the catch was nice, but how about what happened after? Able to stay on his feet and gain all that additional yardage. So many of these slot guys, I think, have running back in their background.
And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up second down. To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Wilson, and his throw's going to be incomplete.
Now that's absolutely terrific technique right there by the corner. Exhibit A. Zone coverage, knew where his man was in relation to the football at all times, and made a nice play.
To throw again is Wilson. And that will be incomplete.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
And his kick is good. Oh, he just did tuck it into the bottom of that left corner. And they'll get it back within a point at 7-6. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
Here we go. Here we go.
Now Colin Kaepernick in the offense heading back out onto the field. He's got the lead here in the second quarter. He's thrown the touchdown, but also an interception. As a quarterback, is that interception, even though you're playing while your team's got the lead, does that always stick in the back of your mind a little bit?
For the best ones, it just upsets them that they did that because they don't think there should be any blemishes on their record. They think that they're way better than that. So your confidence gets tested a little bit. Being able to go back out there, maybe throw another touchdown, that'll tamp that down in a big way.
Yeah, because he's looked pretty good to this point. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder that when halftime rolls around, Jonathan Coachman will have all the highlights and analysis of this first half of play from our studios in Orlando. And it's caught in the end zone for the Viking touchdown by Justin Jefferson. Justin Jefferson, 37 yards. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead is up to 8. Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. Deontay Spencer on the return from his end zone. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. Solid return. Good field position. They'll start at the 32. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they didn't completions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. If you don't pick up the first down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
And he's going to be taken down at the 39, clearly short of the first by a few yards. Here's Sam Martin now as he's on to punt for Denver. And they'll let this one go right on the outskirts of the 10. They'll down it at the 11-yard line. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Now Kaepernick dancing to his left. Now he'll let it go on the run. Deep left side. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, Defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from
And this is caught right along the sideline. What a job of keeping the toes in bounds there. A big connection on that one. 37 yards. On 1st and 10, here's Kaepernick. Flushed out right. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete.
Well, he certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
Oh, going for Jefferson downfield, and that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Play action. Now Kaepernick. That's complete to the receiver, Thielen. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down.
A short gain that doesn't get them the 1st down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. Now they go for it on 4th down, but that pass is knocked away and incomplete. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 44.
Big stop, G. Big stop. Let's go.
Now Wilson. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. He was looking for Tim Patrick that time, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Great coverage there all around. Really didn't have many options to throw the football.
Very little chance that that one was going to be completed. Every receiver was locked up.
And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. On 1st down, Wilson. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Wilson's throw here into the hands of the receiver, Judy. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the 1st half. On 3rd and 1, Wilson. He's got a man. It's Sutton that's complete. And he will have a Broncos 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Now the Broncos going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. Throwing now, Wilson on 1st down. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the 1st half of play. To try again after the sack. Wilson. Oh, he'll air this one deep for Judy. And the pass is caught. Touchdown, Denver. Jerry Judy. Jerry Judy. 32 yards. And the Broncos get a late score here in the final minute of the 1st half. A little surprising they wouldn't go for 2, but this is up and good. And this is now a 1-point game. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they've got less than 30 seconds to go here, so not a lot of time to work with. Steps away to his left. This one caught. It's the tight end, Hawkinson. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A big play that time through the air. 37 yards. On play action, it's Kaepernick. They'll roll him out right. He's got his big tight end, Fant. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the 2nd quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the right hash, it's a 46-yard attempt. The kick by Joseph is good. And that will do it for this 1st half. And just like that, on we head to half number 2.
These two teams making their final adjustments before coming out for the second half. And for the call, we go back out to Denver and rejoin Brandon and Charles.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. And he is out of bounds here on the return. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Hey, Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. We couldn't ask for much more to this point in the second half. A gorgeous day, one-score game. 1st and 10 here. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Kaepernick now on 1st down. Able to shake him off. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. Yeah, boy, CD, it's one thing to watch a great run, but when it's a great run with broken contact, it's like a cherry on top. That was a nice play. Kaepernick again here on 2nd and 10. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. Trying a little razzle-dazzle on 3rd and short. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35.
Well, when we go back to our conversation with the defensive coordinator, that type of a play was not a surprise to him. He expected trickery in this game, yet somehow his defense, they still took the cheese and got caught in the mousetrap.
And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete. 2nd and 10 now. 3rd quarter action in Denver. Now a play fake. Kaepernick sliding out of the pocket. And he's got this to Jefferson. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver. They're going to hurry back to the line now. Flag comes in. This might be a free play. Out to his left. And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out.
Offside, defense.
So with the completed pass and the yardage they got, they'll decline the penalty.
So obviously, more yards on the pass completion than they would have gained with the penalty. They did the math. They did it well, and it works for them.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that pushes the lead up to 11. Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. They will start at the 25 as Spencer elects not to return this. They'll try and get the ground game going. Here's Gordon. It's a 1st down and more for Gordon. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Come on! Melvin Gordon. 75 yards, and the Broncos have cut it to within a score. Wilson gonna throw for it, and he's got it. So the try for 2 successful, and with it, they're back within a field goal. I guess the coach looked at the 2-point cheat sheet, said go for it, get it to a 3-point game, and they did it.
Yeah, and sometimes you just throw out time of game. You don't worry about that. There's just a feel sometimes in making that call, and he felt good about what he had for a 2-point conversion, and now they're only down 3 and feeling great about themselves.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Pretty important 3rd quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead. And this nearly an interception, but it's incomplete. Well, a turnover really would have helped them there, but not to be. A Good action to this point in the third quarter. Just a 3-point game. 2nd and 10. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Here's Kaepernick to throw. Catch is made by Hockenson, the tight end. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds.
Whenever we talk about moving the sticks and controlling the football, there's a great example right there. Those are the third downs you need to convert to win football games. We're in the third quarter of this one, and this is a tight one. In order to maintain pace, keep the ball away from the other team, and put points on the board, those are the plays they need to continue to convert.
Kaepernick going to throw. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. And the incomplete pass on 2nd down. Now they need a big play here. 3rd and 10. On play action, it's Kaepernick. Oh, going for Jefferson downfield. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Here's Jordan Berry now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are. Now it looks like we've got a Bronco that's banged up on the play. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver. He'll get that complete to Alberto. That catch good for only a couple.
Well, they were unable to make anything really big out of that, but it's not a bad idea to find your tight end and give him an easy completion and keep moving things forward. Almost his bread and butter is a good running back dive play.
The 2nd down attempt there knocked down as it leaves the quarterback's hand, and it's incomplete.
Well, that one fell incomplete after being tipped in the air, but I have to tell you, I had a bad flashback of going to head to the stadium stairs in practice because what we were always taught, any ball like that, if it's not spiked towards the ground and you actually tip it up, then that's an error on your part because now you've given hope to the offense. Maybe help create a big play for them instead of going up and either intercepting it or knocking it down. I ran many a stadium step for my errors.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. They'll give it to Gordon out of the shotgun. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. Here comes the 7th play now of this drive as this is 3rd and 10. Here's Wilson. He'll get this one to Patrick. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down. We have played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The kick by McManus is good. And in the 4th quarter, this game is tied. So with less than a minute gone by here in this 4th quarter, the field goal there gets this thing back to even.
And it's setting up for a fantastic finish, isn't it, partner? It's been a well-played game, a hard-hitting game. The fans are into it. The announcers are into it. This is going to be a great 4th quarter.
Minnesota's offense takes over possession, and we essentially have a brand-new ball game. After that last field goal has tied us all up, we brace for what should be an exciting rest of this 4th quarter. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Handoff comes to Cook. Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. They run it again with Cook. Oh, he's got some breathing room. Touchdown, Vikings. Dalvin Cook, 67 yards. And the Vikings strike quickly to take the lead here in the fourth. Point after, right down the middle. And they will take a 7-point lead. Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. Out of the end zone comes Spencer. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21. The Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive. And now after the touchdown a moment ago, they work from behind in a 7-point game in this fourth quarter. Plenty of time on the clock. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. 99 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far. Gordon. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. Now a handoff. This is Gordon. And he'll get this only up to about the 35. The second down play, not much better than the first. Just a gain of 1 there. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Eluding the pressure right. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. Pretty solid gain of 7 yards that time as he scrambled, but now they face a 4th down. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Here comes Rager. Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And the Vikings will be backed up deep to begin their drive as they take over 1st and 10. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. This ball complete to Rager. A gain of 6 there on 1st. Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. And he's taken down. It's a gain of 3 from the 17 to the 20. This is 3rd and 2. Maybe the biggest play in this football game. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They're facing a critical 3rd down now as they try to hold on to this lead. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Kaepernick to throw. Complete. Jefferson the target. And now with 1:52 to go, we get another pause in the action. A timeout here defensively. Second and 6. Oh, Kaepernick's going to throw it. He'll buy some time right. And this one right back into the hands of Jefferson. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. Now Kaepernick rolling to his left. This one brought in by Jefferson. Now the Broncos will use their 3rd and final timeout, and they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. Oh, able to avoid him. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. They'll run with Cook. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. On 2nd and goal, Cook waiting in the backfield all alone. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. It's Dalvin Cook there with a 1-yard touchdown run. And the Vikings are going to add on to their lead. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead now up to 14. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And it's capped off by the touchdown run coming from Dalvin Cook. Out of the end zone comes Spencer. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Russell Wilson now gears up to lead the offense again. And right now, probably just one thing in his mind, it's getting back to the hot start because he's really faded.
And ordinarily when that happens, the quarterback, as you know.
The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. Clock now under 30 ticks and running. He's got Gordon. And he will get a good amount of yardage back on second down, but the clock still runs. 10 seconds to go. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call. Well, when you're leading in the fourth quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
He's going to let it fly. Oh, and the throw led him too much that time. It's incomplete. Charles, we saw a lot of points go up in this one. Certainly defensively, stuff that they can look at on film, don't you